Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zepp and we are continuing with our reaction today to the Anima album. Now I'm going to keep this introduction relatively brief as I want to get through these songs. So I recommend that if you're watching these reactions that you start from the beginning. We're doing the whole album from start to finish, so in terms of giving context to maybe things that I would say now, it would make sense just to start from the beginning. I also have a longer intro there where you can hear kind of my thoughts on the album and what I was saying about it. One thing I will say quickly is that I have heard the album before. I have quite an experience with the album, but I haven't listened to it in a very long time, and we're kind of reacting to it in tandem with our reactions to the new album by The Smile. We're doing it like this just to sort of compare the last two pieces of work that Thom Yorke has been involved in. I just thought it'd be an interesting idea to do it. You know, we're going to react to the songs and just, you know, discuss them more so than them being an initial reaction. You know, some of them I don't quite remember, but I'll know them when I hear them, and I feel like I'll be able to just talk about them in a way and draw comparisons to the work that I've heard so far on the other album. I mean, so far we definitely have more of an electronic groove type of feel than an instrument based groove feel, which is what is present on the Smiles album. But we've only done one song, but I know the kind of tone of this album. But done with the rambling. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a comment, let me know what you think. And without further ado, let's get into it. We are moving on to Last I Heard He Was Circling the Drain. I've turned this up a bit for you guys. First of all, I just want to say before we continue, what a fantastic music video. I remember seeing this music video when it came out, and it's just really cool, really interesting, unique design, really complements the uniqueness of the music. I wanted to pause quickly to say that. I'll be doing proper pauses as we go through. I wanted to acknowledge that right here, right now.
Taken out with the trash, swimming through the gutter, swimming through the gutter, swallowed up by the city, by the city, by the city. Humans the size of rats, opportunity cracks, opportunity studies. It only takes a minute, and it takes it, and it takes it, and it takes it.
Apologies.
And it takes it.
Still a bit chesty, a bit sick. We're going to throw our first pause in here, man. I really like this song. I think I talked about in the first reaction that I enjoy this album in a real sort of casual sense, a tranquillic sense. I don't really get like active, wow, this is amazing enjoyment out of it. I get more of a lull type of enjoyment out of it, if that makes sense. I feel like that was the intention of the album anyway. But a lot of people describe Thom Yorke's voice. I've heard it on new reactors coming in to listen to Radiohead and all that. They describe his voice as very haunting, and I think this type of song really is the epitome of the type of haunting vibe that he can create, because it is real haunting. It is super melancholic. It is dreary. It is borderline apocalyptic. It just has this, but yet it's so mellow. And what I love about it as well, again, I think I mentioned this in the first reaction, I love like a kick for me out of music that I'm a sucker for, is just a steady rise. And I feel like a lot of good music does quite, you know, a steady rise where it just builds and builds, and they're adding onto it over time. And this song is already doing that. And you know, this song, you could argue whether or not it's the best in the album. I think with an album like this, it is genuinely up to the individual what song you would consider the best. I mean, a lot of people would say Dawn Chorus, but there's something about this song for me that is one of my favorites. I don't know if it's the favorite from me, but it definitely probably ticks the most boxes that I'd look for in terms of music that would appeal to me of this fashion, if that makes sense. If I was looking for a song of this fashion, what boxes would I be looking to be ticked by the song? And this is ticking a lot of them. Let's continue on anyway. We're only going to do one more pause, mainly to try and avoid copyright. XL Recordings, they love their copyright blocks. We're trying our best here, folks. Way from what that man used to do at Radiohead, am I right, guys? Early days, that is. Right, just going to throw the last pause in here really quickly. I was going to wait till 4 minutes, but I want to let this last part play out. I mean, I don't remember quite how the song progresses, but it sounds to me, it's like to that 2 minute mark, it was going up and up and up. So it stayed for a second, it's dropped back down, and now we're coming into the hit of the end. You know, the song just has a nice flow to it, a nice balance. It's kind of feels like it's going in waves. And again, when you consider that while writing this album, he was studying sleep and all this stuff. I think that's what it was anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was studying the idea of sleep and how we sleep and the cycles of light sleep and low sleep. And I always think of maybe the sleep patterns are probably graphed like this, like they're in waves of when you're in deep sleep and light sleep. And a song like this as well, in terms of its kind of tranquilness and its sound, feels like to me it's sort of mimicking that wave-like pattern. It's not just a song; it's building, building, building. Climax, crash towards the end, the lull. It's in a wave-like pattern almost. Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe it isn't. That's just kind of what I take from listening to the song in terms of its progression. And yeah, I really like it. Let's round this out, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Last I Heard He Was Circling the Drain by Thom Yorke from the Anima album. I think I've praised the song enough already. I don't think I need to go too deep in this after reaction. It's a fantastically written song. I think it flows well. I think it's definitely one of the better ones in the album. It suits the album well. The album at this point has 100% set a tone going forward. It had by the first song, but this has kind of just absolutely nailed it down. Really like the pacing of the song. I love the production, like the kind of the repeated vocals. It's very mellow. Like it feels like it's almost minimal, but there's so much gone into it. It's just, I think it's an incredibly put together piece. Definitely for me, it's an 8.7 to 8.8 out of 10 song. I really enjoy it. I don't think music like this it'll be very rare I get up to the 9s, because a 9 is something I'd listen to so much on repeat, whereas I feel like music in this regard is just more of an experience to me. It's more something that I'd listen to every now and then, which doesn't diminish it really anymore, but I like my music. It's different with films. I like films to be an experience, and if there's a film I'd only ever watch once, I'd absolutely love it, say it's one of the best things ever made. But for me, music is something I like to be able to come back to quite a lot, for it to be very high up and where I would put it on a personal tier list. So the fact that this music, songs like this, wouldn't be instantly like I'd listen to it every day, would have it just sitting under that 9, but I don't want that. Like, objectively speaking, it's a phenomenal song. I'm just trying to, I'm putting some of the my subjective tastes onto that as well. I think it's a fantastic piece. It's an absolutely fantastic piece. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. We're doing the whole album. We're also doing we're doing a reaction to the A Light for Attracting Attention album by The Smile, which, for those of you who don't know, has Thom Yorke and Johnny Greenwood in the band, if you're a Radiohead fan. And we are also going to be reacting to the Bends. I don't know when the first Bends reaction is coming up on this channel, but if you want to check out my Twitch, I'll probably be still doing the reactions to that album on my Twitch by the time this video comes out. So do make sure to go over to my Twitch. Link will be down in the description to check that out. So take care, guys. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.